It's Movie Time is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.org.
The award-winning It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Kevin Carr.
And this is...
It's Movie Time.
And Christmas time. A New Year time now.
I know.
Gee, my gosh, the year is just gone. Well, Kevin, that was 2016.
That was?
I
thought it was 2015 part 2. That's what I was expecting.
So I think what we ought to do is just talk about the films that we liked in 2016. Making no predictions.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I said before we started recording, I said there's a huge difference between what's going to win the Oscars and the Golden Globes and what might be some of the best films you've seen this year.
Sure. Okay. So, give me one that you think of when I say, hey, Kevin, what did you like last year?
All right, I'm gonna go for the more traditional ones, the ones you're going to see on lists. I loved Sully.
Okay, good.
Sully is one of my favorite movies. I thought Clint Eastwood did such a great job, even keel, taking a story that's literally only 10 minutes long and making it work.
He did.
As a full-blown movie.
Yes, even the special effects were good.
Oh, it's
fantastic. I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
That plane landing in the Hudson.
What? Spoiler! No, I'm kidding.
Though I would say I bet it doesn't get the Oscar.
No, it's not going to get the Oscar. But, I mean, it's getting nominations.
We do that, but it'll get nominations.
Yeah, it'll get some nominations.
All right, for me, my favorite throughout the year was Hell or High Water.
Okay.
Let's just say that's the one I would think of if somebody would say, hey, what did you really like? I know. What did you really like? And just a kind of, almost a little bit of a slow noir West Texas with, how can you beat it, with Jeff Bridges as a retired
Jeff Bridges,
Ranger.
He played Jeff Bridges so well in that movie.
He has more of a lisp now than he ever had.
Yeah, yes.
But the one, Kev, that everybody's going to like, which one do you think that is?
Of movies?
Yeah.
My favorite that I think is probably the widest appeal that didn't get seen as much as it should was Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh, that's a beauty, yeah.
Every year I adore animation. And animation always makes my top 10 list. This year was incredibly, it was incredibly competitive. You had Kubo, you had Zootopia and Moana, both from Disney.
Yeah, right.
You had Finding Dory.
Yeah.
You had this neat little movie called Phantom Boy that nobody saw, which was a charming little film. It was such a great year for movies, but I love Laika with their stop motion. Because aside from Aardman, they're the only one who does it.
Kevin, you are such a
so
geek.
Good.
This is why I have you on this show. Nobody knows this stuff. All right, here's one that everybody will know.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day.
Okay.
La La Land.
Never heard of it. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So they're already buzzing about having seen it on Christmas. And I think it has a wide appeal.
Yeah.
It certainly appealed to me because here I'm a kid who grew up with 50s and 60s musicals.
Yeah.
It's just a reprise of Stanley Donen's work and Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. I think it's unusual. It may even bring back some interest in the musical.
Well, every couple of years there's a musical that pops up. You know, and that does well. You know, you had Moulin Rouge, you had Chicago.
Oh, they're good choices.
You know, and this is one that certainly, but it goes to it's a nostalgia movie.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah,
it's got great stars. Yeah. They're the ones who really carry it.
Now, moodier for me.
Yeah.
And certainly one of the best, Manchester by the Sea.
That is a
That's
a laugh-a-minute movie, I'll tell you.
So, and I think Casey Affleck does a terrific job.
Oh, he's going to win the Oscar.
Yes, I agree.
If there's any shoo-ins this year for Oscar,
that's right. That's
Casey Affleck and Viola Davis.
Yeah, all right. So he plays a janitor going through some difficult times in New England. Oh, yeah. Skies are gray. Things are gloomy. And you're right. It's about the opposite of La La Land, even though La La Land has some dark moments.
But it does have some very funny moments, too. It has some very funny and endearing moments.
And listen, the talk between uncle and nephew is just some of the best I've seen in modern movies.
Very, very visceral and
yes.
I'll give you one since you threw out a little gloomier one. One of my favorites that again I think got underseen and as an early release was The Witch.
Oh, I know.
Which I absolutely love. Now, it's not an easy movie to get through because it's in 15th century English, and it's very somber and slow.
Oh my gosh!
But the production design,
they did,
and the music,
everything they did perfectly. Reproduction.
Yeah. It's about a family in New England being haunted by a witch who steals her baby. It is a creepy movie.
Yeah.
But it's a challenge sometimes.
And there's nothing obvious in a sense about it. You figure out the witch after a while, but there's some very subtle things going on that have to do with these young people who are with the family and trying to grow up and break away. And it has all of the tensions of a family, and a modern family. Yeah. But it's set out nowhere in this perfectly duplicated kind of farmish place by the woods. It is.
If there's a theme to 2015, some of these movies, it's grief and guilt. Those two are very...
2016.
2016, yeah. You got that in The Witch. You've got that in Manchester by the Sea.
Oh, you do.
You've got it everywhere.
Yeah, you do. You really do. All right, actress. What any performances that you remember that you say to yourself, hey, she was really good?
You know who I thought was really charming, who's not getting as much... who's not getting as much notice right now, was Sally Field in Hello, My Name is Doris.
Oh my gosh.
She was so adorable in that. I mean, going back to old, adorable Sally Field from like the 70s and 80s, when she was very, very cute. But she's modern, older, senior citizen.
Yeah.
But she's really sweet in that movie.
Well, that's a really good insight, because I think most people are going to pass that right by when it comes to the time. Now, for me, in actresses, I think she's going to, the way you said Casey, I think this person I'm thinking of is going to get it for actress.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Natalie Portman for Jackie.
See, and that's a well buzzed about performance. I don't see, the thing is, it's almost weird because I come at it from a different perspective, because I wasn't around when Jackie Kennedy was on TV. Right. So I don't know if that was, I guess that's very accurate, but it seems so almost caricature-ish.
Well, and that's, boy, here we go. And that's, you're very right. I approach it not because she is almost a caricature of Jackie, but because she has an intense performance. Okay. And it exposes a certain part of history that they've taken and they've made it microscopic. Yeah. Because there was so much grandeur going around with Jack Kennedy's assassination, but yet here we are enclosed with this woman.
It was a big news story.
Right. So exactly. So anyway, I'm looking at it as her performance, because yours is a great check on anybody who gets real overly enthusiastic about how she reminds her of Jackie. Yeah. I try to stay away from that and just say she really gave a good performance, and she was evocative of Jacqueline Kennedy.
And it's one of those movies, of being a title character, she was on screen through almost the entire movie.
Yeah,
there's
right.
Almost no scenes that she's not in.
Yeah. Well, is there another female performance that you cared about this year?
You know what I did love Emma Stone in La La Land. Okay. I thought she was really, really good. And then, of course, this is one that's just kind of fun. That won't win anything in terms of like Oscars, but Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad.
Very good, yeah.
Even though I didn't like the movie.
I know.
She was great. Yeah, and it wasn't just because she was running around in tiny little shorts either.
Well, Kevin, you and I have talked before about Hacksaw Ridge. Mm-hmm. And I think Mel Gibson has a shot for Best Director.
He does. It's going to be a tough fight for that.
Because I think Damien Chazelle also for La La Land, if only for that opening sequence.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so rare for them to split. And they've split in the past. They split with Argo. Yeah. They split with Gravity.
Yeah.
I think he has a shot. I think it's about time to forgive him.
Yes, exactly.
At the very least.
Yeah. But would you say for director, is there anybody else?
I'm Clint Eastwood for Sully, but he won't
get
it.
Good for you,
but
yeah.
I love that movie.
Villeneuve or whatever, isn't it, for Arrival?
Yeah, I'm not wild about Arrival. I love Villeneuve. I think his stuff's great. I'm looking forward to the Blade Runner.
Okay.
2049.
Yeah,
but I thought it's a very typical Villeneuve movie, and I love Sicario. I'm a sci-fi geek.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah.
So I run into some issues.
Now, Kevin, documentaries. I have one that nobody's going to remember.
Okay.
Dark Horse.
I loved Dark Horse. I'm going to go with that one.
I know.
Dark Horse it's a great movie.
I know. Is there anything out in like 13th?
13th has a really good chance of winning. I really think it does.
This is about the 13th Amendment.
Yeah. Ava DuVernay has had such a rough ride over the last couple of years. Going to do Black Panther, not going to do Black Panther, not nominated for Selma. So I think that this is something that's certainly in her wheelhouse, and certainly it's her due.
Okay, all right. Now, are we forgetting any other films? Kev, I know one that we're forgetting.
Yes.
That nobody else will learn.
I've got one for you, too.
The Lobster.
The Lobster is neat.
What a great movie.
It's so bizarre.
Colin Farrell. And we've had a show on it. It's a bizarre little film.
It's strange, and it crops up every now and then on award lists, but nothing huge.
No, it won't.
The one I'm going to do that's really off kilter is Swiss Army Man.
Oh, good one, yeah.
Which I loved because talk about the most poignant movie about bodily functions that you're ever going to see.
That's right, yeah.
It's such a great, and it's so, I give Daniel Radcliffe such credit for, talk about wanting to break from Harry Potter, doing something that bonkers.
Yeah, and I like Dano. I think he could be a contender for Best Actor.
He could be, and no one's going to remember it. I think it was too early and too weird.
All right. Okay. Kevin Carr. It was the year 2016.
Yes.
And how would you say overall for movies? How did you feel about movies for 2016?
I felt better than I did for 2015.
Good.
I thought for 2015, although I will say there was no, they were like sort of clustered in like some early stuff and then some stuff late. Kind of in the middle of the summer, there was nothing that really stood out.
I know.
Aside from Kubo, but every now and then there's little things.
I know.
All the stuff that I'm picking is clustered from the beginning of the year.
And Kevin, and I think about my Hell or High Water. And I know it's not going to get Best Film, but I loved it. And it was somewhere right in the middle of the year.
It was like August.
Yeah, it was a little early.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if that won't suffer for that. And we get back to the same old thing that our audience is well aware of, that most of the good pictures are loaded toward the end as we get closer to the Oscars. And that's just the way it is. Oops, Kevin, that means this year, 2017, we've got 3 or 4 months till we get another good movie.
Well, at least we got all the limited release stuffs trickling out through January to balance out Blood Rain and or Kate Beckinsale's latest Underworld movie.
That's right. And let's remember that sometime decades ago, Silence of the Lambs came out in somewhere in February maybe? Something really.
Yeah.
And certainly is in my mind even now as a great film.
Oh, it's fantastic.